Pensacola Florida man is accused of throwing a woman onto a bed, then smelling her to see whether she had cheated on him. 34-year-old Walter Medina was arrested on Thursday the 11th of February 2021 and has been charged with striking the woman and lewdly assaulting her. According to an arrest report, the victim said Medina confronted her about 1 p.m. that day and accused her of cheating on him. The victim told police that after they argued, Medina then wanted to verify that she'd been unfaithful. The victim stated that Medina threw her onto the bed, removed her pants and underwear, and began sniffing around a private region. Medina left the premises, and when he returned later that night, he allegedly struck the woman, according to a police report. The victim then contacted the authorities, who then arrested Medina when he attempted to flee the home. Medina is currently being detained in the Escambia County jail without bail and will appear in court on the 4th of March. A man who walked into a Fort Lauderdale, Florida KFC restaurant and started begging a customer for some food has been punched and stabbed in the head instead. The customer now faces charges for attempting to take the man's life. The incident occurred around midday on Wednesday the 24th of February 2021 when the victim, whose name remains undisclosed, approached the 27-year-old Brandon Pearson inside the fast food chain located at 401 West Broward Boulevard and requested some food. Pearson became upset and angry at the man's request. Both men then started cursing and hurling insults at each other within the restaurant. Punches were thrown when an employee got in between the two at the doorway to try and stop the fight. Pearson was inside and the victim was outside the restaurant. The victim grabbed a handful of small rocks from the parking lot and threw them at Pearson, who then pushed his way past the employee and knocked the victim to the ground. The victim tried kicking Pearson, but Pearson got on top of him, pulled out a knife, and stabbed the man in the head. Pearson went back into the restaurant, sat down, and waited for the police, while the victim was then taken to the hospital. During questioning, investigators said Pearson admitted to stabbing the man because the victim threw rocks at him. Pearson was arrested and he's been held at the Broward County Jail on a $50,000 bond. A man turned himself in to authorities after he shot a man going door to door in an apartment complex without any clothes on. The incident occurred on Wednesday the 24th of February 2021 at around 8:45 a.m. outside the Sunshine Garden Apartments in Miramar, Florida. The police have not disclosed the identities of the shooter or the victim, but it's reported that the victim is currently in a critical condition. Before the man was shot, he was going around the apartment complex, knocking on doors, waiting for the residents to open the door. He will then point to his private parts and say, "You want some of this?" A new tenant of the complex, Destiny Williams, said the unclothed man came knocking at her door. She said the crazy encounter took place about 15 minutes prior to the man being shot. Residents also said that he was carrying a Bible with him on his journey through the complex. Authorities were already on their way prior to the man being shot, based on a number of reports of a man walking around the Pembroke Road area, devoid of all his clothing. First responders arrived, took the victim to the Memorial Regional Hospital. Shortly before, a man phoned 911, claiming to be the shooter responsible. He turned himself in to police and was detained and questioned. Investigation into the matter continues.